Morning, guys, and welcome to another production from MorrowInvest.com. I'm Matthew Morrow. Thought I'd share some before and after photos, one of my very first places. I thought I'd back up, though, and tell you how I kind of got started. I grew up in a hard-working family, and we were always earned income. And that money, as soon as we got it, would just kind of catch us up, and we were living from paycheck to paycheck like most of the country. Well, I knew that there had to be a better way, so I started researching passive income. And of course, one of the best passive income sources is real estate, rental income. And that's money that will continue to come to you every month, whether you're working or not. So as I purchase rental properties, that income comes to me monthly. Now, people always wonder about, well, won't people tear up your places, and aren't there things that you have to do maintenance-wise and things like that? And that is true, you do. You can hire a maintenance company. You can hire a management company, or you can manage them yourself. It just depends on how many properties you have. If you have 5 properties, you might want to do that yourself. But if you have 500 properties, obviously it would be best to have a management company. There at the beginning, I bought 2 books by Robert Allen. One was called Growing Wealth, and the other one was essentially How to Retire in 10 Years. And what I did was, my roommate brought me the rent check, and it was $500, and I thought to myself, that is $6,000 a year that I'm getting from my roommate, and I'm not having to do any work for that money. And so a light went off, and I was currently a financial advisor, and I sold, insurance products. I was Series 763 licensed under Sun America Securities. I already knew about passive income. That's why I went into insurance. So this was just another form of income that could come to me without me working once it got set up. So in the basis of the book from Robert Allen was that you would purchase a house, say, for 50% of what it was worth. Then you would immediately go to the bank. You could put little to no money down. You would then go to the bank with this property secured, get a refi, and once you refinanced out, you would pull out, say, $30,000. So if the house was worth $100,000 and you bought it for $50,000, you could pull out, say, $30,000 worth of equity and then put a renter in it. And then that renter would pay for the mortgage, pay for your asset, and then you would have gotten $30,000. And for many of you that might not know, a loan is not taxable. So you would have gotten $30,000 for nothing, essentially. That is huge. So, of course, I thought, man, this is a great idea. And then you just do one after the other until eventually, after 10 years, you're retired. Well, I did make it to the retirement mark after 10 years, and this is part of the reason why. However, my path did not go the way the book said, because as soon as I purchased the property, got it put into my name, went to the bank, very cocky, was waiting for them to hand me money, and they declined me. And they said that I didn't have enough income and assets. I was like, well, that's not what the book said. The book made it sound easy, that you would just go to the bank and they would give you money. Well, of course, I did not know that the market was about to crash. But what I had learned was how to secure property with little to no money, get people to owner finance me, and how to start working terms. And after I got to about house number 6, I needed more training in it, and I went with the Smith companies, and Gary DeBose and a couple of other people, Ryan and Jamie Smith, and Kevin Reynolds, and some other folks that helped train me and teach me things that I needed to know, and it's been great. So these are just some before and afters. The house that I did, you're welcome to comment, let me know what you think. I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions about a lot of things, and this is just a base rental property. You learn very fast that you don't need to make this the Taj Mahal. You need to make it area specific. So in this area, I was not going to put marble countertops and all those kind of things. If it did not add value, I wasn't going to do it. So in this particular neighborhood, adding granite countertops and redoing the kitchens and the bathrooms for rental purposes really didn't make sense. If I put an additional $15,000 to $20,000 into this place, it would not have changed the maximum amount of rent I could get. So you don't want to put more money in it than it's worth. This place, I used Killian beige. I left all the ceiling fans. I put new, I pulled up all the carpet, which there was about 5 different color carpets. I left the bathrooms, even though they are not that attractive. We got blue and yellows and all. I replaced toilets. Other than that, I did the flooring. Now the flooring, I used a Pergo wood flooring, and I had never laid the flooring. I learned pretty quick. and it's considered a floating floor, and it's not glued down. And you put a little foam layer under it, and then you have to saw each piece, and then it has this little tongue and groove that allows you to put the pieces together. But there's a lot of measuring, I don't know how many boxes I went through, learning how to properly cut it, and then if you hammered it too hard, which I occasionally did, you would shift the edges and things like that. And I'll show you in later videos a better flooring, I think, for rental. You can obviously tile the whole floor, you can do that, but I liked the wood because it looked good, and it was supposed to hold up to scratches and all, which it does. It holds up very well to traffic. However, it does not hold up very well to water. When I got this house back after about 3 years of it being rented, the kitchen had a leak in multiple spots, and instead of the renters telling me about it, you would not believe me if I told you this, but they literally shoved 10 or 15 t-shirts wrapped around the pipe. So instead of calling me and telling me that the pipe was leaking, they just patched it full of shirts. So you'll learn real quick that your tenants do all kinds of crazy stuff. Out front, limbed up all the trees. You can see the house now. You know, I like a house to look so full that you can't even see it. You know, the hedge and the trees. That is an easy fix to limb up the trees. You can see I use the Killian beige, the semi-gloss white on white trim, white ceilings, and then in the bathrooms I do eggshell white. Faux wood blinds are cheap and easy to install. Ceiling fans are easy to install. The light covers and plug covers are very easy. Those are like 99 cents a piece. Flooring was the most expensive thing, and then of course the painted quarter round. What's funny is, since this was my first go, around all the edges of the doorways, not near as tight as they should be. If this was a new house, it would have been terrible. But this was a learning experience. The color mat Pergo caulk that they provide, and also on the trim, instead of many people said, "Oh, well, you don't need quarter round, you need shoe molding." And I said, "Well, how wide is shoe molding?" And they said, "Oh, it's less than 1/4 of an inch." And I said, "No, I need quarter round." In some places, I felt like I might need a 2x4 to cover the mistake. However, this place did rent for $750 or so that I was looking for. I did not get to flip it until a few years later. However, I did, and I owner financed it to somebody. An investor I've never met out of Hawaii put down $40,000, and then I held a note for another $20,000. I know a lot of the things that I'm just kind of skimming over, like how I secured the property, how much money I put down, how much the payments were, what the terms were. How I found an investor in Hawaii, did I use a realtor or not? All those questions are things that you need to be trained about to learn. Otherwise, you wouldn't know it. You know, most people think, well, I need a realtor and I need a bank to be approved. Well, right from the get-go, I was unapproved by the bank. I had to either say, well, my real estate career is over before it began, or I had to learn a better way. And so I believe that's what I've done. Hopefully you've enjoyed this before and after. As we move along in these videos, hopefully you'll see that my craftsmanship gets a little better, and then you also learn the things that you like and don't like. I do not like painting, so I pay people to paint. Later on, I get more brave and I start doing tile work, and you start doing bathtubs, and you learn as you go because you start getting prices. We'll get into one house where I was told it was going to be $12,000 to do the plumbing and drainage, and instead I learned and I did it myself for $1,200. Hopefully you'll enjoy these videos and learn something along the way. Thank you for your time. Please go check out my book, Real Estate Software and Small Business Software, and consider a mentorship if this is something not only in real estate but any business. I believe I can help you with any business that you're starting to look at all the different angles, the products you're going to do, the service you're going to offer, and how you can grow that and monetize your talents. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.